Folks, welcome to the stream today. Today, we are going to be doing Chat Does D&D stream. I have managed to make it a holistic experience for chat to engage in D&D as one character. In this campaign, we will keep it simple. I have written a small one-shot module that will walk you guys through D&D's mechanics and increase in complexity as we move along. The point of this campaign is to get you guys involved in D&D and to see a more watered-down but simplified version that still highlights that storytelling perspective. I am going to be your DM. My name is Kyo. Chat are going to be our wonderful players. They are all here and ready to go. Let's lock in. Let's lock in.
Chat Does Dungeons and Dragons.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are a bit of a conundrum. You see, your character is known as the Collective. You are a being comprised of an infinite number of souls, each believing they are the main character. And so, your character acts based on its ability to understand and generalize those thoughts. The first thing that you guys notice is you right now are sat inside of a horse-drawn carriage as it barrels over the hills through a land you don't and can't quite put your finger on. You look around you and you see skeletal trees reaching towards the skies, and you see creatures beyond any mortal comprehension looming through the atmosphere. Your horse-drawn carriage pulls up outside of a mansion. It is looming and large, a daunting figure in the landscape. As you walk up towards the door, you see it slowly curl open and you walk out in front of a party. People are cheering, celebrating, living the best life. You make your way upstairs and you make your way into the study. You see an old friend of yours, Toadbert von Spellslime, someone you know from previous lives. He gestures you quickly inside of his study, and when you watch as he clicks his fingers and a door appears in the side of the wall. You stand with him next to it, and then he walks you through. You guys are brought out to the space, or more so the village, you guys would recognize as the Frog Village of Wobblebog. Wobblebog has a fairly redeemed reputation within the land you're currently in. You travel too much to remember the name of the empire or city that you are part of. But you do remember Wobblebog. You see, Tobert von Spellslime is a close friend of yours. He has been for some time. He is an aged wizard. He has ruled the academy for longer than anyone else has, a beloved figure within the community. And so you have celebrated most of your life with him here. However, a key part has happened here. He has summoned you for a reason, and now you must find out. And this is where we are now. You stand in the village of Wobblebog. The ground is soft and squishy, like it's reconsidering being solid. Mist curls through the air, glowing faintly green, as if bioluminescent fireflies got too overexcited. Tree roots twist like noodles around pools of bubbling marsh water. Reeds sway even though there is no wind here. Tiny frog folk hop between lily pads, chatting loudly, laughing even louder, and occasionally falling into the murky swamp water with a plop. Standing proudly beside the magical doorway is someone that you know. Tobert von Spellslime, the chief frog wizard. He's a small green and he's covered in robes about 3 sizes too big for him. His floppy hat slides down over his eyes every 5 seconds or so, too frequently to be some mishap of a wardrobe. He keeps adjusting his spectacles even though they're not actually crooked. He waves his tiny hand dramatically as he stands beside you.
Welcome back to Wobblebog, my dear friend. Try not to fall into the mud. Do you remember what happened at my 121st birthday? Robes stained, cheeks bitten, a little bit clapped. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, my dear friend?
Now, chat, here is your first opportunity to engage with the stream. Please write down the idea that you want to throw in. He has asked you how you are doing. Throw in how you would reply to this. I did see a redeem as well. Remove 1 from intelligence. Hell yes. Let me do that quickly as well. So chat, you seem to be feeling pretty high-spirited. A little bit awkward as you give him a bit of a side eye, but you still manage to convey enough emotion so he understands. The haunted look in your eyes indicates something a little bit deeper than a forlorn stare. You do ask him how he is. He looks back at you with his wide eyes, and his spectacles slowly slide down his nose.
Oh, I've never been better, my friend. I'm finally retiring. Finally retiring. Life is long for us frog folk. I remember every year, and I remember being a tadpole more than most.
He looks at you, square.
Okay, yes. Let's get going about the reason that I invited you here, my friend.
He straightens up his robe, which instantly bunches around his feet. As soon as he takes a step, you watch as it falls behind him like a wedding dress. Ahead of you lies a pretty crude path. It's bogged down, it's a bogged down, waterlogged stretch of mud, with small segments of wooden planks laid down for people to grab their balance. Beyond the path, the small village of Wobblebog lies in the heart of the reeds, the marshland of this area. Stilted houses lie a few feet above the murky water, with little doors and shuttered windows. You see frog villagers making about their days, some chatting, blacksmithing, threading clothes, cleaning, and some little frog kids playing in the mud. A light mist hugs the air around you and the village. You start to move towards the village, following Toadbert ahead of you. Being here in the marsh, how are you feeling? What's your mind saying to you? Think about what I know about the frog people? Hell yeah! Sometimes, chat, you guys can think of something, an action, which I will add information for you, because you've inquired about something which your character might already know. So, for example, what would you know about the frog people? Well, you'll know that the frog folk are very steeped in culture. They are people who are routine-based. They like simplicity, and they like normalcy. Their lives are largely undisturbed, and they live in the quiet parts of this land. They don't like their lives being disrupted, but they are steeped in a massive amount of culture. The frog folk have been famous for their retirement parties. They are renowned across the land. When a frog folk retires, everyone knows about it. It's a pretty big event. Toadbert looks at you now. As you're walking across the wooden planks, he looks up at you. He's about half of your size.
Oh, I need your help, old friend. Tonight is the retirement party. 160 years being the protector of the realm has left me tired and old, yet pretty fulfilled. I am excited for my next steps. However, we need one last thing. The magical disco ball of Karaya, which should really level up my retirement. Unfortunately, an old pupil of mine, Varkoon the Hollow, and her minions stole it a few days ago. Now it resides in her castle, in Blackspire Citadel, in the grim thorn forests.
Disco ball, yeah. From behind a clump of reeds, a few frog children sprint after some fireflies, but one stays and looks at you. Chat, we're going to do our very first check. I am going to roll something in case you remember. Sometimes, chat, when a character is introduced, I will preemptively roll for if you remember anything. You can ask me to make a roll. You can say, do I know anything? And I'll roll and see how you guys get on, based on your current stats. So, 15. You've currently got -1, so that's a 14. You do quite well. You know who this little fucker is. This is Hobble. He's a bit of a he's a little bit, okay, of a mischievous guy. Right? He takes the piss sometimes. He has been caught eating some of the fireflies, which is strictly against village policy. But he doesn't know any better. He's a child, right? He eats the planks of woods too, and that's a genuine issue. You know, Toadbert has made it clear to you years and years and years. He's been trying to, you know, get some help with that. But he is a slightly darker shade of green with boils and one eye which is noticeably larger than the other. It looks like it weighs him down. He does wear rags, and his feet, you can see that he's got like reeds wrapped around his feet as shoes. His little toes do wiggle whenever he walks. It's a high amount of dexterity for a child to wiggle their toes while they walk. Hobble looks at you with his one big eye and his one small eye.
Whoa! The collective has arrived! I assume you are well? I have a gift.
Hobble looks you dead in the eye as he holds a basket behind his back.
I have a gift, but I cannot say what it is. I cannot say what it is.
Do you want it? And he looks you dead in the eyes. Chat, can you give me a one-word action for what you are doing? Cool. So, what you end up doing, chat, is you nod your head, but a small laugh does escape as you chuckle heartily. Hobble puts a hand in front of you. There are two hands. He puts them out like this. And he asks you,
well, which one are you going to pick?
left or right? Which one are you picking, chat? Left or right? His left, our right. Ooh, I like that. That's a good mediator. Let me pin that as well. That's a good mediator. I like that. I really like that. Okay, so you take his right. In his hand, you see a tiny mushroom. It's small, and you probably wouldn't have noticed it if he hadn't been holding it. He forcefully puts it into a pocket of your cloak, and then sprints off into the wood. The entire time he sprints off into the marshes, his hands are helicoptering above his head, and you can see his jowl moving with a great amount of force. That's the type of noise he makes as he runs away. You see tadpoles bounce between lily pads. Little happy water balloons making the most of their time. Frog folk wave as you start to enter the village. You enter through the outer gates and start to move in towards the heart of the village. Some of them shout at you as you move past. Hello!
Please don't destroy anything on purpose this time.
Oh my god, love your cloak. So vogue, so rogue, so mysterious. And then in the center of town, you arrive and see a small scene unfolding from you. You see that the entire town square has been decorated for Toadbert's retirement party. You can see floats being constructed and frog folk hurriedly running around. A few stop and wave. One frog folk comes over to you.
A whole harvest of mud melons has mysteriously gone missing last night, and we only noticed it now. Please, can you help us?
Can I ask Frogbert about the little mushroom before getting arrested for illegal shroom possession? Fuck yeah, you can. Hold on. Hell yes. You ask Frogbert about the little mushroom. And that would you get arrested for illegal shroom possession? Frogbert looks back at you.
I never have been.
You watch as his robes fall off his shoulders and then pool around his ankles. He's basically bare-ass naked now in the middle of the village. He just keeps maintaining eye contact with you, waiting for you to make a move.
I mean, from what I know, my knowledge of mushrooms is very limited. I've never touched a mushroom I haven't put straight into my body. But I'll tell you now, that mushroom looks like one of the good ones. I'm gonna pick up my robe now.
And he picks up his robe. You got another. I know what you're doing. You're not supposed to be here. I know what you're doing. You're just gonna wait and just keep redeeming to tank the intelligence. Dumb, but got that Riz. Hey, this is sometimes how D&D pans out. I mean, hey, we got the Rizzler up there for a reason. The frogfolk comes over to you and asks for your help in finding where the missing mud melons went. Chat, can you tell me what you want to do right now? I think I heard about a secret mud melon stash somewhere. Ooh, I like that one. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll for it. If you roll high, I'll count it as a success. If you roll low, it counts as a failure and you can't remember. You rolled a 7. Now, that's not enough. But you do end up asking how you can help. The village looks at you and goes,
By finding the mud melons. Look, all of our mud melons have just grown legs and disappeared, which is it's a sin against biology, because mud melons don't do that. But I don't think it was biology. I don't think it was some wizardry spells. I think it was sabotage.
You guys would know something here. That is a key thing that you've just realized, or it pings a memory in your brain. You know that frog folk are steeped in culture, but you also recall that accusing someone in frog folk culture without any proof is deeply shameful. And you also remember, just because you like the taste. Well, if you do like the taste, you know what, you guys can let me know. Do you guys like the taste? You do know that mud melons are a mix of cucumbers and cinnamon. The frog folk looks back up at you.
Well, can you help us find them? We usually keep them down on the docks. maybe start there, or ask around. It's kind of up to you, adventurer. Collective. Kind of like how you want to run this. You said you'd help. You said you'd help us. I'm not a video game NPC. So, maybe we can set up a team of frogs? Ooh. What do you mean set up a team of frogs? I want you to expand on that if you can. What do you mean, like, say that a team of frogs did it to help us? Ooh, okay. Torrent, okay, I know he's just, I don't even think he'll do this to all the stats. I think he'll just start tanking them as low as he can go. Damn, dude's got some serious fucking riz. I love how you guys are just, like, bolstering around with the stats. You're not really, like, it's like, no advantage, no nothing, no HP, no strength. It's like, nah, we want him to be dumb, but, like, you can riz up chicks. Chat, so you make an effort, and you ask if there's any villagers that you can talk to. You can gather a little team to go and investigate. And you watch as this one villager looks back at you with his big eyes. And he goes, there isn't really much anyone could do. We're all kind of focused on Toadbert's retirement party. You could ask Bligbert. You could ask him, because he was the last one down on the docks. He has offered you up a piece of information. Do you want to go and see Bligbert down at the docks? Or do you want to find your own way? Can we try and riz him up? Dude, this is meant to be more on rails. You guys, we decided on rizzing him up. Can you guys give me how you would riz up the frog folk? You know what? I like the idea that you just start throwing anything and everything. You shoot him a look. You tell him, I like your bra. Can I rip it off? And then immediately, without missing a beat, you go, and you look extra slimy today. The frog folk looks at you and he blushes, and you can see his swollen, humongous, chubby cheeks go a little bit red. And he looks back at you and he does that thing. You know when, hold on. He does this. Hold on. He does. You watch as the frog folk. You watch as he starts doing that in the middle of the town square. Let me go back to D&D. You watch as he starts doing that at you in the middle of the town square. And he goes, Do you think so? No one said I look slimy in a long time. You can see Toadbert look actively jealous. And you start to make your way down towards the docks. Will kissing him turn into a prince? No. Someone just redeemed something. I just saw it. Hold on, let me get God, I don't think this intelligence can get any lower. Why are we stupid like bread? You can thank one person, and that's Torrent in chat. He just keeps redeeming dumb time. Will kissing him turn him into a prince? No, it won't. He's a frog folk. He's just a frog. I think it would be funny, but I don't want to sexually assault someone in a D&D campaign, so it's not really. You guys start walking down towards the docks. Toadbert waits in the town square where they're gathering all the resources for his retirement party. You guys walk down towards the docks, and it isn't a far walk. It's probably about another 100, maybe 200 meters away. It's really not that far. At the docks, it is empty and quiet. There's only a few small boats there. No ships. Probably boats only big enough for 1 or 2 people maximum. Well, 1 or 2 frog folk. Maybe only 1 person. So yeah, a few small boats lie bobbing in the water. A few crates lie next to the pierheads, covered in fishing nets. There's a clearly empty space on the docks that stands out. Ladies and gentlemen, can you tell me what I am doing? Smoke a cigarette? Nice. Smoke a cigarette. No, yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah. Yeah. So that's. I love it. You watch as a collection of souls decides to give itself lung cancer, and you watch as it flicks open a cigarette and lights it, and then stands there and inhales. Only for you to realize that cigarettes don't exist in frog folk area, and you don't have a lighter on you. So you've just picked a reed up out of the water and just pretended it's a cigarette because you're a schizophrenic. No, I'm kidding. Can we hit the philosopher's pose? Because I think we need to think about comprehending what's around us. Okay, is that just a perception check? Look around to see who or what else is around. You roll a perception check. Very nice, chat. Let me get rolls back open again. You guys will be rolling. You guys roll to look around. I did the easy version of that. Yeah, I know. You made life easy for me. 13. Your wisdom makes that a 14. You look around and, Chad, you notice something. I know he's being extra
I think he's loving it. Torrent's loving it because he's back in D&D. No matter how simplified it is, he loves being back in this. We're gonna start putting this Riz to work. God fucking damn it! You're gonna fuck every character I throw at you, aren't you? You're gonna really think, yeah, but we really gotta think about existing at this point. I like it. We are a dumb lover, not a fighter. Yeah, I like it. At 1, you have to be careful. Please, yes, add it, please. We need it. Ah, sorry. Okay, so you guys currently look around and you see a small fishing hut. You see a few boxes. You can see the fin ends of fish currently hanging over the side. Okay, hanging over the side. But what you do see with a 14 is you see the remnants of mud melons. You can also see a trail of mud melons, broken, the juices spilled all over the oak planks beneath you, luring, leading you into the reeds. What are you doing, chat? What are you doing, chat? Take a fish in hand for self-defense. Fuck yes, Erwin. Thinking of gripping a hamster. What the fuck? Scuba dive into the gutter and find Pennywise. Come on, guys. Have a closer look at the mud melons. Do they look normal? You decide to check the mud melons. You see that the mud melons have been hurriedly grabbed. They're broken. Like, you know when you mash fruit? It's like that. But they haven't been mashed with like anger or intent, like they've been grabbed, right? And you can see that. You take a fish, you grab a fish from one of the nearby barrels, and you grab it for self-defense. Okay? You scuba dive into the gutter. You dive into the water, realize that your cloak clings to your 1,000 infinite souls, and you don't like it, so you jump back out again. You think about grabbing a fucking hamster for some reason. It's like a flashbang, like the Akira meme. It's like Akira, and there's a fish, and there's a hamster, just like. Boom! Flashbang. Hamster. Check which direction the melons were mashed from. Yeah! Hell yeah! See, and this is... Oh, I love it. Because everyone can fucking add to this. People new and old. Love it. Do we see anyone around us? Love it, chat. Let me make some rolls. So, chat, let me roll a d20 for you. Let me roll a d20. Okay? So, you want to check the direction and you see what's around you. Those are both rolls, and I will encompass them in one. Boom. 19! Good shit, chat. 19 plus 1, that's a 20. You can tell that someone had grabbed them, not from above, but you can see from the way that they're smashed, where like the fruit is smashed at the edge towards you. Someone had put their hands around them, smashed them down, and then pulled them towards themselves. Based on the smudge pattern, you've seen that someone had pulled them towards you, okay? You can also see, by looking around, there is movement in the reeds where the mud melon trail leads to. Do you want to go investigate it, chat? Or any other things you want to do? Can we think longingly about the villager we flirted with? Idea, throw fish into the reeds. Alrighty. Any other ideas? You see that the melons seem to be grabbed. You think for a moment, the thought of that villager flashes. Oh my god, Vaporwave. Jesus Christ. You don't have any weapons. Okay, so you... Alright. Let me lock in with this. For a moment, you think longingly about the villager. You pause. One of the spirits seems to want to think about this villager. You feel a flash of warmth through your body, and then nothing. Like a momentary thought. Can we call out in the direction of the sound we heard? Ooh, or throw the fish. So I'm going to take polishing the shotgun muzzle and grave the face of the monster behind the reeds on my golden bullet. I will take it as you guys either attacking the reeds or listening to the reeds. Extra slimy is so R-type. So here's what I'm going to do, chat. You guys are going to write yes or... you guys are going to write attack or investigate. We no think, only act. For intelligence, gang. Flirt. Oh, God. Riz. I know Andretti's flooding it. I know what he's doing. You guys throw the fish into the reeds. And you hear a voice call out instantly. Oh my god! Oh my god! Who the fuck just threw a fish? Was that you? And you watch as a figure stands up from the reeds. But it's silhouetted. From the way the sun is, you can't see. What are you doing, chat? One word. What are you doing? One word. What are you doing? The barrel of fish is right next to you, chat. You're stood. Panic. Blue steel. I love it. Deception roll. Someone here's a pro. I love it. Sorry, Riz. I like it. All right. I see blue steel, Riz, panic, run, sorry. All right. You guys stare down the figure. They look at you, and you can see from the way that they turn, they're not humanoid. There's something else. You can't really make a noise, but all you do is stand there and go, and flash a blue steel. You start to riz. Chat, can you guys please put me a line of riz in chat, and I will make a roll? Can you please put a line of riz into the word cloud, please? If it's a really good one, I'll give you guys advantage, okay? And I haven't really explained advantage. Idea, go dome, yeah. Ara, who do we have here? Isn't this the prettiest of all this land? Hell yeah! Is that a mudman in your mat? Are you just happy to see me? I love it! Chat, so the way that this works is, they call me an amphibian the way I thrive in the way. I knew it. I had a feeling someone was going to say that one. It was right there. I suspect my dopamine levels directly correlate with your... I love it. A highly intelligent answer for someone who's got no intelligence. I love it. Chat, those are really good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys advantage. Now, I haven't really explained advantage and disadvantage. Advantage works by, whenever you guys make a roll, if you roll with advantage, you roll twice and you take the highest. If you roll with disadvantage, you roll twice and take the lowest. So we will roll twice. Roll once with a 15. Roll again with an 11. 15 was your highest, chat. I gave you advantage as a DM. I'm allowed to do that because I think it was a cool idea. So you got a 15, chat. Your charisma makes it a surefire win. The figure in the reeds slowly turns to you. I'm trying to think of something to say, but I don't want to... I had to lock in then. I was like, shit, I'm on stream. I don't even know which one to pick. They're all so fucking good. I do like the ara ara one, I won't lie. But then again, it's only because I can hear it in my head. I can hear the ara 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 ara. I can hear it in my head. Ara 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 ara. I can hear it. So here's what you guys do. You guys flash this person, this figure, a blue steel, and need a voice note? Oh fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Pokey. I'll play it on stream. Flash them an ara ara, and then you shoot them with one of those chat up lines. I'll say that you all say it, but you guys don't really know which one you picked. But it worked. You see the figure, someone goes, oh my god. No one's talked to me like that in such a while. Oh, they're so cool. Is that you, handsome stranger, standing out there all alone on the dock? I could eat you. And then the figure steps forward. Steps into the light. You see, chat, you have another +1. +1 to intelligence, +1 to charisma. See, 18 charisma, 2 intelligence is crazy. You got another one here. You guys see that this is a swamp otter. So cringe to do this voice note. I can imagine you sat alone in your room. Going, I gotta do this voice note. Yeah. I'll play it.
Who do we have here? Isn't it the prettiest of all this land?
Yeah! Yeah! That's so fucking sick. Yeah! That's exactly... Hell yes! Pokey, that's fucking sick. Can we get W's in chat, please, for that? Can we get W's in chat, please? You guys say that, and you see this swamp otter walk forward. And you can see as they move through the reeds part, and you see a half-constructed float. You can see the float is majoritarily made of mud melons. So, what do you want? Like, are you here for me? Or are you here just to, like, spy on what we're doing? Because we've got this really cool thing here. Like we've been building this for a little bit of time. But yeah, we had to use, like, the little pile of mud melons. But yeah, like, it looks so good. Don't you think so? Don't you think so? Don't you think this looks so good? Don't you think this looks so good? You watch as this swamp otter, like, points towards the half-constructed float that they've got. If you don't know what a float is, it's like one of those big parade vehicles. Right? It's one of those big parade vehicles. And they're constructing it mostly out of these mud melons. They're just tying them together with, like, string. Oh, can you show me around? Add an idea, bust a move. Interesting. Can you show me around? Starts breakdancing. I just like to watch. I love it. You guys, I love the idea. You just start breakdancing, and then you ask them to show you around the float, and then like you just want to watch. You watch the swamp party goes, it's so good. Oh my god, it's like really perfect. Well, shuck my corn and call me grits. You're the finest this side of the Mississippi. You watch as this swamp otter completely goes bright red. They've got this lovely like brown sheen. You know when water gets onto otters and they get that like lovely like the wet look where they kind of go super streamlined. You can see they've still got that, so they've just come out of the water. You see as the swamp otter starts to show you around. They go bright red as you call them, as you say, shuck my corn, and they seem to be pretty smitten and swoon. Bark, enjoying the poor creature blushing. Aw. You guys are nice. Some of you guys are nice, but Emma barks. You see, as you make a barking noise involuntary. Woof woof, ruff ruff. This ain't tough. You see, as a surge of the personalities, your infinite souls want to bark, and you just make a barking noise. And the otter looks stunned and just goes, "Oh my god, he so wants me. Oh my god, I got him wrapped around my finger." You see, there's another swamp otter there, and you see that they are currently building this float. Okay. And I love otters, by the way. This is the reason why I put them in. I've got, like, frogs, otters. All of the animals in this are some of my favorite creatures. I just want to make it be known. The other swamp otter goes like, "Oh my god, Jennifer, we need to lock in, okay? Lock in. We need to focus on this barge. We gotta get it done in a few hours." And she goes, "Oh my god, yeah, we need to get this done. Oh my god." And you see that they start going back to work. You watch as she pauses quickly and turns and goes, Did you wanna look around? Chat, can I get a one-word action from you? Oh, I've got the game rules pinned. I want to pin it. Riz? Yeah, it's gonna be Riz, isn't it? Dance. I forgot to reset it. Fuck it. I'll do one more and I'll reset it. Look around. This is always like to have a swim. I did a 2-in-1. Fuck yeah. Okay. Let me reset this. All right. Here's what you guys do. You riz them up. You do a little dance. You light skin face. Idea 2-in-1. I'll allow it. But you guys shoot them another blue steel, and you go to riz them up. You don't really know what to say, and I'm gonna be honest. Your infinite souls all want to say something different. You're all in harmonious agreement about the swamp otter, though. She's kind of cute. But this is one of those type of campaigns. You go to say something. She goes, "Oh my god, he so wants me." Look, here's the deal. We need to finish off this barge, okay? We had to, like, borrow all of those mud melons. We just wanted to celebrate Toadbird's birthday, his little retirement party. We know he loves them. They're his favorite food. And we think he did a really good job. Don't you think? Don't you think we did a really good job of this barge? Of this little floaty? It looks just like him. It's not even half constructed, chat. This mud melon barge is not even half constructed. And you guys are put into a bit of a predicament. Now, let me give you guys both sides of the coin, and you guys can maybe choose something else. Here's the position you've just been put in. First and foremost, the otter's embarrassed. If you have an opportunity here, you know now who stole the mud melons. It's the otters making the float for Toadbird von Spellslime's retirement party. So you can either reveal the truth, which will leave the otters embarrassed. Villagers will have to admit they misplaced the melons, and both sides will feel ashamed, even though no one acted with bad intentions. Or you can hide the truth. You can lie. Villagers may accuse an innocent frogfolk. The otters may continue using the mud melons without ever asking for future times. You guys decide. What are you guys deciding? Are you guys telling the truth, or are you guys hiding the truth? Well, it seems you guys are going to tell the truth. Only one thing, that you're going to kill the otters. One of them is he would have enjoyed eating them, but that's not really an answer. Is you telling the truth, or are you lying? Jennifer continues to build the barge. I will charge. One of them is protecting. That's protecting otters against the otters. Tell the truth. So you've decided to tell the truth. You guys walk back towards where the town hall is, and you can see that frog villager from before. You can see they get noticeably uncomfortable when you arrive. As in, like, you know when you see, like, a girl or, like, someone in public you really like, and you're like, oh my god, like, they're really cute. And then you, like, oh, you're like, I won't see them again. And then you see them again, and you're like, oh my god, they're so cute. And you're getting, like, all uncomfortable. It's like that. So, you walk over to him. You guys tell him the truth. You tell him that the otters took the mud melons, and that you almost blamed the wrong person. The frog folk looks at you and he goes, I mean, it's not really preposterous. We can't be too mad at the otters. They were only doing what they wanted to do. Well,
long as everything's wrapped up and sorted, we can always find some more mudmelons. We can always find some more mudmelons. You know what we'll do? We will go and we will ask all of the swamp otters if they want to come and celebrate. It's not meant to be only a frog folk culture. We're meant to be inclusive of everyone who wants to be here. Everyone who wants to be here. So we will invite them down. We will invite them down. And so you watch as he rounds up a few of the frog folk and walk back down towards the docks. Congratulations, chat. You guys have solved your first moral quandary. This is quite an important part of D&D. Sometimes I like to pose these to my players during D&D sessions. I will offer them a pretty difficult moral quandary where they're put between a pillar and a hard post. Sometimes people can answer it quickly, but if you really think about it, sometimes they're more difficult. Well done, chat. Well done. Claps in chat. Emotes in chat. So, Hobble walks with you and Toadbert. You see Toadbert is walking more towards the edge of the village. Toadbert follows a few steps behind. You guys start walking towards the edge of the village. Hobble walks with you. He's a few feet ahead, and Toadbert walks next to you. He now has somehow managed to get his wizard robe upside down, and his wizard hat is halfway down his back. The trees thin out. The mist that had been hugging the air rolls back, and the swamp quiets. Up ahead, a small clearing opens at the edge of the village. A patch of slightly less muddy ground, used by the villagers for drying laundry and sunbathing on warm days. Circling the area is a fence. Picket wood and loose twigs make up the rough semicircle shape. You can tell from its current state, it won't be stopping anything. Something is wrong. You are alone, and yet you can still hear voices around you. Toadbert and Hobble waited at the edge of the clearing. You have now walked into the center. Shapes are moving in the tree line. They are too tall to be frog folk and too clumsy to be woodland creatures. What are you doing, folks? What are you doing, chat? What is the plan right now? Blue steel to intimidate? Cool. Start nervous. God damn it. Me, when I do a D&D campaign for my chat, but they just want a nervous fart and blue steel. Okay. Any more ideas, chat? Hide in the tall grass and warn the others? Hell yeah. Alrighty. So we're kind of torn here, chat. We're kind of torn here. I wish I could get back to my bed with one otter instead of here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Someone wants to leave. Another one wants to hide in the grass. Another one wants to walk back to the others. Leaving has triumphed, chat. Leaving has triumphed. So, you start to walk backwards. Pacing with your eyes forward, looking towards the tree line. And you see two figures step out of the brush. You watch as two thieves jump out, shrouded in the shade of the trees. They step into the light. Each one looks like they got dressed hurriedly in a house fire. One has got a bucket as a helmet and a fork as a weapon. One has a shield that is potted and two tennis rackets as body armor across his chest. You watch as Hobble gasps dramatically behind you and runs screaming back into the village. Raiders! Raiders! They are back for the swamp tucks! You know, Toadbert, now beside you as you've walked backwards, looks at you. Dear collective, would you be a dear and handle this? I promise the villagers no raider-related property damage until after my party tonight. You see as Toadbert adjusts his hat and then steps back out of the clearing and back into the village. You see the raiders now stand in front of you. They walk towards you, chat. They yell loudly, Oi, bruv, this is a raid, yeah? Pay your swamp tax. No one gets hurt, big fam. Yeah. Who stole my other boot? I got no fucking clue. It's just gone. I think I may have left it in the trees. But I want a boot, so give me a boot. Alright? Yeah. The other one, you see, he's a bit quieter,
But you watch as he turns and goes, I got no idea why we're yelling, but we seem to be yelling right now. I got no idea why we're yelling. You greet them kindly and compliment their outfits. I'll roll for it. Hell yeah. I'll roll for it. Alrighty. You roll for it. 12 with your massive charisma modifier. What do you say? What do you say to compliment their outfits, Emma? I love that outfit. It would look even better on my bedroom. You guys are just wanting to fuck everything, aren't you? God damn. So you watch as they stop and they look a bit confused and go, yeah, Brev, what do you mean, buddy? And you watch as you look at them dead on and you go, I love that outfit. It would look even better on my bedroom floor. You watch as the one who's a little bit quieter goes like, yeah, Wagwan, I got no clue what that means. I don't even got pants on, bruv. So they won't even be there. My outfit, like, won't even be on your floor, bruv. Unfortunately, I'm very happily married too. I'm very happily married. You pick up a spear and you try one last attempt. A swamp tax. Why not a compliment tax? And you watch as they take one last moment to stop and stare. We are now in combat. You watch as the one who's a bit more mouthy turns and looks at you and goes, alright, Brev, enough playing around, bruv. We're coming here for that one tax. Or, we're gonna bring the boss chief and get him involved. You wouldn't want the boss chief involved with your son, would ya? Didn't think so. You wanna throw hands? Bruv? Yeah, I could throw hands too. Let's fucking get on it, man. And you guys enter combat. Combat has been massively simplified. I wanted to keep it easy. Okay, I wanted to keep it easy. You guys have got your first turn of attack. Give me one word that you want to do. Dodge, bluff, here we go, smirk, fart, fucking goddamn it. Spit. Alright. Seems to be you kind of want to get out of this. I'll let you guys get out of combat with talking. This is like Undertale. So what we're going to do, chat, is we're doing twos. You go for a bluff. Chat, I'm going to roll for your bluff. You can get out of this, but you got to say the right thing, though. 11 with your chunky modifier gives you a 16. Chat, you write out the full words, the full phrase, the full text you want to say to bluff these two raiders. They're clearly not very smart. Heavy breathing, staring longingly. We've got 1 for boss man, 2 for friends, 3 is bluffing about the armies. You're telling them to leave. So I'm going to roll with it. As you then tell them, along the lines of, didn't your friends already collect the tax? Why haven't they told you? Boss man wouldn't be proud. My army's going to return. You guys should leave. It kind of convinces them. They're almost there. You see one turns and goes, Brev, is today the Feb the 5th, yeah? And watches the quiet one goes, yeah, mate. And he goes, shit. Were we the 5th or the 15th? And he looks and he goes, I don't know. Yeah, I think the 15th, Brev. I think we're 10 days early. He goes, huh. I'm gonna give an instant success on that. I'm gonna give you an instant success on that, Emma. You tell them it's February. You look them dead in the fucking eyes and you go, it's February. And they go, oh, shit, G. My bad, bruv. Didn't mean to intrude. Looks like a good party, yeah? Ping us some invites, yeah? Hit me up on my line. Come on, let's go. And he's like, alright, bruv. Alright, we'll leave you be. We're wrong month. Wrong month. Watch your eyes. And then he leaves, and then they leave. You watch as the two thieves clad in random shit they found in a lost property drawer slowly slink their way back into the woodline. You can hear them arguing with each other about February versus February. And you guys are freed from combat. Very well done for dodging the combat, chat. Very well done. I want to ask you guys, having cleared out the village from thieves, you are left to begin your adventure. To go and find the disco ball of Karaya. How are you guys feeling before you leave? Any thoughts, memories, actions, anything, chat, you guys are feeling before you leave to go and find this ball? We should call that villager. Fucking god damn it, dude. you get that Snapchat ping. You know what I mean? You see, as you look at your phone, there's a you up text from the villager. And the Swamp Otter too. Swamp Otter hits you up with a I'm up, a you up. Alright. Chat, you guys begin the next phase of your adventure. Okay? You guys begin moving through into the woods. As you guys start your next steps, at the edge of the woods, the land shifts from murky swamp into solid woodland in a gentle but unmistakable transition. Moss draped cypress trees give way to straighter pines, their bark still slick with moisture, as if reluctant to let the swamps fully fade away. The air remains heavy and warm, the calls of marsh sparrows humming amongst the trees and the low croaking of broad-jawed toads lurking in the dwindling pools of still water. As the ground rises out of the swamp level, the mud firms into leaf-littered soil, loosely marked into a path, and the luminous swamp lilies disappear beneath the slowly thickening canopy veil. Small clumps of bog willow sprites dart between the last patches of reeds, scattering the drifting motes of turquoise light at your approaching presence. Deeper in, forest becomes something brighter, almost enchanted, as if the air carries a gentle, almost fey-like magic. Sunbeams slip through layered emerald leaves, scattering gold across carpets of bluebells and curling vine flowers that respond to your footsteps with soft pulses of bioluminescence. Flutterfoxes, fox-like creatures with gossamer wings, hop between branches, nibbling blossoms while keeping a curious eye on you. A family of mossback deer graze among crystalline pools, their antlers blooming with tiny pink blossoms that sway as they move, shedding petals that vanish before touching the ground. Every breeze smells faintly of honey and wild mint, and the forest hums with life that feels welcoming, ancient, and strangely joyful. You guys have been traveling for some time. Any thoughts, chat? Any memories in your head of your character? So it seems like you guys are at pretty much a standstill. Pretty much you're happy. You're peaceful. Alright? Some of you guys are thinking about aura farming and making yourselves look cool in this space. Some of you guys feel relieved, a weight off your shoulders. Some of you guys are basking in this joyful scene. You guys are like walking through the forest, and the path starts to become something a bit more solid and firm. It starts to move away from a leaf-littered, soily path. It's something a little bit more structured. You guys walk through the forest, and you see a cart on fire, but you can't deal with that right now. You can come back to that. You've got to go get that disco ball of Karaya. You guys walk through the forest. You've got a light, fresh perspective on where you guys currently are. And so, you guys end up moving your way all the way through this forest. Eventually, the loveliness ends in a brutal line. It's a harsh dissection, as if the world itself drew a boundary and refused to blur it, distinct, defined, and undeterred. One final step takes the vibrant forest and snuffs out its warmth, shifting instantly into a dead, haunted woodland with skeletal trees that stand tall, stripped of any color. The air chills a dominating silence, shattering any illusions of comfort, instantly disarming you. Occasionally, the silence is broken by whispers floating on the chilled wind and the distant creak of wood that may or may not be the trees themselves moving and lurking. Pale shadow owls perch on twisted branches, their hollow eyes reflecting no light as they stare at you. Where blossoms once thrived lies only ashen petals, where wraith vines coiled on the ground amongst them like gnarled veins across the surface of the floor. The scent of decay replaces the floral sweetness. It is a place where magic persists, but warped. A realm claimed by restless spirits and forgotten tragedies, divided from the living forest by a line as sharp as a blade. The trees thin just enough for a path to reform, but every trunk is grey and brittle and as lifeless as the last, as if the forest itself forgot how to breathe. Ahead, the path ends at a shattered stone bridge. Its center collapsed into a black ravine that swallows all light. Moss clings to the remaining stones, though it looks drained of color. Beyond the ravine, rising above the tree line, stands a massive citadel of jagged obsidian stone. It towers twist upwards like claws trying to tear the sky open. Above it, clouds churn in a slow spiral, as if drawn towards the castle's highest spire. Every few moments, a pulse of multicolored light flickers from inside the storm. As you approach the bridge, you hear a spectral, ghostly voice behind you, slithering from the trees, hungry, amused, and waiting. Leave the horse at the line. I like that. You leave the horse at the line, your path is green, my hands are red. I like the idea the horse waits for you. Even though you haven't tied it to anything, it still waits. A conscious effort to wait for you. I may have read about this place. Yes, Emma. Fuck yes. So here's what we're going to do. Let me get a dice, and I'll roll a history check and see what you guys remember. 14? Nice roll. Very well done. Oh, no. History's intelligence, isn't it? Hold on. Oh, that's such an L. I'm so sorry. So because your intelligence is -3, you guys get an 11. You guys are fairly certain you might have read about this place. You can't really remember. Do you guys remember what you did for like when you were 18 in biology? Not really. It's like that. You're like, I've heard of it. I don't really remember a lot though. It wasn't really your favorite class. You were too busy being an infinite number of souls in a body. This is now the finale of my one-shot campaign. We are now entering the final area. With no combat would be fucking crazy. I want to let you guys know that. In front of you, Black Spire Citadel looms ahead. As you approach, you start to see the obsidian black stone that makes up the heart of the citadel. Each block reflects the faintest hint of multicolored light that pulses from the swirling clouds. The towers are unnaturally thin, tapering like needles, and the tallest tower pierces the sky so sharply it seems to anchor the storm itself. The clouds above churn in a slow spiral, drawn towards the spire's tip, as if the citadel is drinking the night sky. Every few seconds, a ripple of that multicolored light rolls down the spire's length, illuminating the battlements and the jagged gargoyles perched along the walls, all watching you. As you approach the massive gates, black, warped metal, they open in front of you. How are we feeling, chat? Scared for my life? Yeah. Like I'm too intelligent and scary. Alrighty. You step into the long entrance hallway. Green torches flicker, shadows cling to the walls like living things, stretching towards you. The entrance hall is dark, but the stretches of light through the hollowed barred windows don't quite match the shadows on the ground. The shadows whisper with hushed voices. Tell us a secret. Tell us a secret, and we will let you pass. The villagers are sneaky. The otter is cheating on Jennifer? No way. No one knows. Under all this race, I'm a little insecure. Love it. The school hammed. Where did it go? The cake is a lie? I love it. No, Torrin, no, Torrin. You didn't eat that. I'm gonna make a roll for you, chat. Crit fail. Woo! You guys got a critical fail and nat 1. In D&D terms, that's the worst possible outcome. The shadows don't believe you. We sense lies. We know you lie. Show us your truth. I want you to write One word. Please, dude. Spare me. You're not hungry. Smoldering, I like it. Conflicted, love it. Scared, hell yeah. Dude, hungry's insane. My pocket, this podcast, how deep are you on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm hungry, it's fucking diabolical. Pedro? Pedro? You roll 17, very well done. With a high charisma score too. The shadow's looking at you go, truth, you speak truth. Despite this, your path isn't written. Speak your future and you may pass. Chat, the last thing I want you to do is describe your future. If you say you're gonna eat a fucking hamster, I swear to God. I swear to fucking God. Get the magic disco ball for the frog wizard? What about your character? The shadows recoil and return back towards the walls, and you are left alone in the sanctuary of the hall. Up ahead, you see a right and a left, but more importantly, the grand staircase leading up. And you know in your heart of hearts from the flashes of light, this is where you have to go. You start walking up, and you approach the spiral staircase and start ascending into the darkness. You start to walk up. Every step gets progressively heavier and heavier. The walls pulse faintly with reds, blues, and greens. No windows. Chat, halfway up, the air thickens. Whispers brush your mind. Doubts, fears, memories. Chat, I want you to tell me something. Give me a memory, a bad memory from your character. Losing my best friend. So now I try to joke my way out of everything to forget the pain. Remember the moment when her ex-fiancé found her a year later hiding in an attic. Remember leaving the villager? Nice. Okay. I think Torrent's just playing a horned up soul inside this being. Hometown getting bombed with plague. Hell yeah. Wailing and cries as the fire burns down the walls. Tears drop down. The voices I hear killing with no fear. Determination and sheer enemy's blood I will smear. I love this like poetic rhetoric. Do people think I'm done? It happens. Where the cheeseburgers go well with fries. Nice. Good doubt to have, huh? Good doubt to have, huh? yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm done. Yeah, I get it. Finally, chat. The last thing I will ask you for, tell me your deepest fear. Being smart, I fucking knew it. Eating a hamster. Not being liked, nice. I think we all feel like that though. Like away from D&D, you know what I mean? Red horses, short in breath, hoof prints, and a grassy grave. Oh, I like it! Visceral, I love it! Idea to disappear without being remembered. Steal your mind, chat. Steal your mind. Nat fucking 20, chat. Nat 20, chat. Nat 20. Fucking how gorgeous is that, chat? How gorgeous is that, chat? You guys walk up the stairs and you guys walk away with nothing. Instead, a massive boost to one of your stats. Congratulations, very well done. This is the beauty of D&D, is that sometimes, chat, you have moments where you hold on to something for so long and you get a nat 20 off to something so emotional and it feels like the dice are repaying you, and it's so beautiful. It's so serenely gorgeous. It's just worth every single bad roll. Okay. You guys step out onto the topmost spire of the citadel. The room is spacious. A small library, an assorted laboratory, and a huge towering window. Through the window, you can see the tower is enveloped by clouds. But that multicolored flash doesn't come from the storm, no, but the contraption in the center of the room. You see the magical disco ball hooked up to a weird machine of wires. But the important part is the humming crystal hooked up to the machine. Standing high, you can see focal lenses hooked up above it, as if to enhance or to empower the crystal. The entire spire vibrates with power. It feels like standing within a heartbeat. From behind a bookshelf, a figure steps out. Zekman, we've not even been in combat, dude. They've taught themselves out of every single one. The figure is a tall, gaunt woman, wrapped in layered robes of midnight blue. Her skin is pale and translucent, like moonlit glass. Her eyes are empty voids of swirling constellations. When she speaks, her voice echoes with a faint delay, as if reality struggles to keep up with her. You know, chat, this is Varkun the Hollow. You know stories of her. A once brilliant archmage, cast out for her pursuit of perfection. Stories here and there around studies of stars, suns, space and time, and how to control all of them. Erase the lands, that was her goal. But not through destruction, but through rewriting. First and foremost, chat, you are going to make me a saving throw. Interesting. You watch as she steps forward towards you. You have no being here. You have no being here. There is no need for someone like you. Look at you. You have been manipulated by the void of time into standing close to oblivion. Gaze upon me and think. Do you really think I have a need of a crystal magic disco ball? If you'd answered yes, you have a tiny bit of intelligence within that body of yours. You see, I need it for something simple. You see, with this, and the attached crystals and magical circuitry, I can turn back my own time. I can turn back myself. You see, now here I am dying, I am decrepit, but I can turn us back. Turn me back. Perfection. The thing is, but I know I can do this. I have spent my whole lifetime perfecting myself. And now, I'm ready to perfect the world around me. I will erase you all back to nothing. Tadpoles in a swamp, chicks in eggs, your timeline won't even have existed. Collective, all of those souls, all of your stories wound back to the minute it began. And I will undo you. Just like I'll undo everyone else. What are you thinking? And do two for me. What are you thinking and what do you want to say? Okay. Use her own fears against her. I like that one. But I also do really like deceiving her. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go for deceive, because it's kind of a through line, right? You can deceive someone in a good way and a bad way. Deceive, persuasion, same side of the same coin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you roll, and you've got advantage, so we'll roll twice and take the highest. Once, 10. Twice, 20. Good shit, chat. Nat 20. With a nat 20, what do you guys want to do? Give me one word on how you deceive her. You're going to deceive her that she is not in a powerful position as she is. You're in a powerful position. And you've succeeded. Can people give me ways you say that? Look, you've got it all wrong. I know my way around people. You're clearly confused. As a wise person I am, let me handle this. Fuck yes. Honored one. What a good fucking line. Blue Steel, you ain't got a perfect jawline. Like it. All this talk, and yet I'm the one standing in front of you. You really think you have the power to defeat me? My side is the winning side. Ooh, it's fine. I'll have it there. It's there. I read it out. You are nothing but a hamster. God damn it, dude. My back against yours. Hold my berries while I drown you in sherry. What the fuck? And I'm the one standing in front of you. You really think you have the power to defeat me? My side is winning side. Choose wisely. You've got it all wrong. I know my way around people. You're clearly confused. As a wise person I am, let me handle this. She looks at you with those eyes that are swirling like constellations. You look inside her eyes and you see star systems. Dotted stars in a night sky. She looks back at you. I don't get it. You can't be telling me the truth. I don't understand what you hope to get from this. I've thought this all out. I have planned this from the beginning. I charm your friend Toadbird. I get you here in the tower. And then I sacrifice you to power on my doomsday machine. And yet you stand here and say I'm wrong. Give me one good reason I am wrong. We are here. It's not for nothing despite our true fear. Fuck yeah, ball. No, I'm a friend of the people. Kill me and the whole town will come for you. Fuck yeah, baller. No comment. Baller. You ain't wrong. But your hands down. You know what? I got really excited with some of the haiku, and it's I ain't wrong, but your hands down my thong. I sing my song, don't squeeze that ping pong. Okay, lock in. She looks at you and goes, you seem to know more than me. Fine, I see the error in my ways. You have convinced me, traveler. Go, collect the disco ball. Send love to Toadbird for me. As much as I hate his guts, it is his retirement. Real arch nemesis. Chat, do you go and get the disco ball? Can we get ones if you're gonna go touch the disco ball, twos if you're not? Or write an idea if you're gonna do something else. I see 3 ones. You guys walk over and go to touch the disco ball, and your hand goes right through it. And chat, you guys made a failed constitution save earlier. And you realize now that you had been put to sleep as soon as you entered the chamber. You guys realize Dream has been cast upon you. And you realize the events that have just transpired have all been fake. As you slowly wake up from your slumber and the world around you dissolves into nothing more than a forgotten nightmare. Standing in front of you is not Vakun, the Hollow. But you see from her reflection she is a lot more worse for wear. Bone, flesh, her ragged corpse is walking. You see her whole visage is dying. Her fingers are extended. The skin is curled around the fingertips. She looks gaunt and hollow. You watch as she now finally walks down. The room is slightly different layout. The disco ball is just lying on her desk. You really think I would have just let you waltz in and collect it? Really? After all the planning I had? After all these moments of hurt it has taken me, the people I have betrayed, the messengers I have killed, the people I have charmed? Really? And they sent you? I don't need a disco ball. I don't need that like magical shit. I need you. And she points directly at you. You are a being made of infinite souls. Do you not understand how lucrative and powerful that is? I could harvest you for an eternity and there would still be an infinite amount more to give. I will drain you of your souls. I will revitalize myself. I will never struggle. I will live forever. An immortal on the mortal plane. I will bend the rules of time to my will. Leash. Unless you can stop me. Unless you can stop me. And I don't think you can. You guys start to see her hands crackling with lightning. Are you guys ready for a little bit of combat? You guys ready for a little bit of combat? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a bit simplified. But I need you guys to be reacting with ideas constantly. And this is the way it's going to work. The boss will throw an attack at you. You guys can choose how to handle it. The way that you guys handle it is the way that you guys are going to then counterattack. You guys can do anything with the attacks they throw at you. You guys have not increased your dexterity modifier throughout this run. Therefore, you guys gain no initiative bonus. You watch then as Varkoon the Hollow rises into the air, surging with a magical storm of energy. And you watch as she hurls a lightning bolt straight towards you. Chat, how are you guys going to deal with this? Duck out of the way, dodge, that's fine. Summon the 4 cardinal heroes to fight for us. Who the fuck are they? Idea, parry it back at her. Ooh. Charm to loosen her dex. Ooh. Compose a haiku with a sword in her blood. Ooh, get a lightning rod. Ooh, here we go, chat. Holy hand grenade. You guys dodge out of the way, but now I will determine your success rate. You guys have an attack modifier. Parry halter. 3 dodges. 5. And you have no dexterity modifier. So congratulations, chat. You do have advantage. Do you want to use one of your advantage dice? I asked advantage. Cool, we're using advantage. 4. GG. You guys then fail to dodge. And I will now roll damage. You guys take 1 damage. So you guys are back down to 9. You guys haven't got an increase to your constitution. So you guys don't have any HP modifier. Right? Cool. Interesting. You have 1 less HP. Chat, you guys now have a chance to retaliate. What are you doing? Prepare a counterspell. Ooh! Counterspell? Like it? Biter? Hell yeah. You guys are going to... You want to prepare a counterspell? I think we're going to attack her. Because we've got 2 attacks. 3 attacks. Lightning Arrow Overdrive, my favorite spell in D&D. You guys are going to attack her. Okay? You guys have gotten a +2 attack modifier, which means we'll add 2 to the dice roll. 13, that's 15. That means you guys deal 1 damage. Super simple. Alrighty. You see as she now channels her next attack. You can now see as she now lands in front of you. And you watch as she puts both of her palms together. Cosmic fire leaps from the palm of her hands towards you. What do you guys do? Charm the flame's not hurting you. Alright, I'll roll it. You have 2 more advantage. 16 plus 5, 21. You guys charm the fire. What do you guys say to charm the fire? You are so hard. Can someone get an AC over here? Cool. Alrighty, like it. Dance for me and put my enemy to ashes? Hell yeah. You're on fire right now, girl? Fuck yes. You guys bend the flames to your will. You see them take the shape of a tiny fire elemental, which is like a creature made of fire. It will now attack with you this turn. What do you guys want to do this turn? Give her 1 last chance to join our side? Ooh. Magma anvil drop. What is this, Minecraft? Oh, what the fuck? Everyone's dropping ideas. Absorb the fire and grow with it. Become a firenado. Fuck yes. Backflip over her, slicking my hair back as I slam her face. The fire elemental does attack, and it does connect. It deals 2 damage to her. You will have 1 chance to try and get her out of this frenzy. 1 chance. You got to roll well. You've got advantages. You've got boosts. You've got everything at your disposal. Wait, I need a bathroom break. I can help you with your skincare if you need it. I know you are scared. It's okay. Aw. Use charming voice to calm her down to surrender. Ooh. Ready? Okay. That said 16. I swear that just said 16. Go, clip it. I swear that just said 16. But it doesn't matter though, because you guys have advantage. Are you ready? 1 more chance, chat. That's a 19, chat. That's a 19, chat. That's a 24 on the dice with your +5 modifier. 24 on the dice. Chat, I need you to tell me what you're saying after this. You watch as you tell her that you know she's scared, and she instantly diffuses. That constellation look in her eyes as she stops and she falters. You use your charming voice then to surrender her. The slight idea of a joke about her skincare disarms it, breaks down her defenses. She wasn't expecting that. And as you then joke about needing a bathroom break, you see her smile. A sly smile, but her broken figure is not wearing well. We forgive you. Join the collective? Be one of us? You're gonna ask her to be an immortal soul in the collective, in the infinite number of souls in your body? She's gonna call you out on that. She's smart enough. She's intelligent. You're offering me to be part of an infinite lost, like a grain of sand at sea. I would lose me. What possible benefit would an eternity in prison deal with me? You tell her that you have the infinite wisdom of wisdom of an infinite amount of souls. That this is the way. You tell her that you all individually had lost yourselves, but found each other collectively. And you watch as she slumps. The surge of power, the lightning, the fire that had been fueling from her wrists. You see the pain in her eyes subside, the constellation of galaxies settle now into pupils, eyes that focus on you. You see she sways, her body's giving up. Let me consume you so you'll be freed from your pain and suffering. And she gives in, chat. You watch as she stops and she sways. And she goes down on her knees. And you watch as she takes a moment to absorb the surroundings. And she lets out one last breath as you then reach inside and you grab her soul. And then slowly you hear the voice amongst your own chat. It sounds younger than it did before, calmer than it did before. And now, chat, there is an infinite and one number of souls in you. The disco ball sits on that machine in front of you. Sorry, it sits on her desk in front of you. Unmoving, sat in a small holster. What do you want to do, chat? Crush the disco ball to pieces and join her gaps with them, cry in her arms. Okay. That's a metal idea, but yeah. Starts by the tempted but hesitant of taking it. Nice, I get it. You're hesitant. And instinctively, you make one last check. You pierce a gaze at the ball. And you pick it up. And chat, in that moment, you are dragged back through. You are torn through space. And you are finally back in Wobblebog. You are back at that lovely white glowing door. You can see Toadbert standing just outside of it. He looks at you with a fuzzled frown on his face. What the? How the hell are you getting here so fast? Look for the village on the altar. God fucking damn it, dude. Stop trying to fuck the animals in my D&D campaign. This is not date everything. Alrighty, chat. You watch as Toadbert beckons you to go through the portal. Chat, are there any last thoughts that you have before you walk through the door and party like it's 1985? Any last part of you that wants otter time? What the fuck? Yes, you see the otter running from across the village. Oh my god, he's back. He's got the crystal ball. And you watch as she runs into the portal. Is there anything else you guys want to do? Yes, the otter's in the portal. The villager's running too. He comes over too. Fuck it. The villager's there. He goes in with the otter. You know, and he keeps looking at you really shyly. And he blushes every time he looks at you. You can tell he's really uncomfortable. Release any... Release any hamster Torrin has held captive. Showing off the disco ball. You step through the portal, and as you step through, you remember the horse which is waiting for you outside of the haunted forest, Grimthorn Forest, and you scream into the void as you are transported to Toadbert's 160th retirement party. Please, can we get the horse? Do you guys want to go get the horse? Can I get ones in chat if you want to go get the horse? Alright, I'll hold on. As you are at the party, Toadbert goes, you are the very best friend a man can have. And he goes, where's your best friend?
Where did your best friend go?
Oh, my bad. And he watches, he goes, and he disappears. He's just gone. He's just gone. You stand alone in his study. You can hear, you can hear like bumping tunes from outside. This music's just not fitting. You can hear bumping tunes from outside as the entire house is vibrating with house music. And then Chad, he reappears with a horse. Peter, the horse is here. Alrighty. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that has been Chat Does D&D. Thank you guys very much for being here. It's really tough to like translate across into D&D into like a chat like this, but I'm going to look to do this every single Thursday. I'll use the same setup, the same system. I might add a few extra rules and make it more complicated like D&D every time. So originally, you guys just did talking. Then you guys did talking and deciding a moral question. Then you guys started doing a bit more involved with the riddles. Then you guys did a bit more involved with talking down an enemy, which is meant to be combat. But you guys got more and more D&D like over the one shot, and that was my goal. By the end of it, I wanted it to be very D&D like. But there's still a ways to go, and I know it. I'm not going to be naive and be like, hey guys, I perfectly translated it. I think as a chat activity, that's probably the most fun community event I've done to date. That is probably the most fun chat activity.